Alright, hello everybody, hello, and welcome back to another awesome and amazing LEGO stream. Now I know it's been a while since we've done a LEGO stream. We did quite a few of them building the LEGO Barad set, and still got that, it's still holding up together, it's still in one piece. But today we have the next one in the series. We have the Shire, or as close to the Shire as we're going to be actually getting. I don't think that there is enough Legos in the world to actually do the Shire justice. But anyway, yeah, so I have that set. We are going to get started. And yeah, so without further ado, like any good journey, we start with bag number 1. And you know, it's starting off fairly simply. A couple of tiny pieces, couple of bigger pieces. The brick separator, if it is necessary. We'll put that off to the side. It's very rare that we do need the separator, so it looks like we're also going to want the horse. This isn't a numbered bag, it's just kind of extra bits and pieces, I guess. Or, I don't know. But, horse. Put that guy down there. So, let's see. Let's begin. Step 1 is Gandalf the Grey. So, we are going to need... let's see if I can find his feet. That's his front. Aha, is this it? Yes. Excellent. We have his feet. And put him together just a little slowly. Let's see. So it says he has a cape. There's his cape. Put that back in there. We are going to give Gandalf his cape, because at this point in the story he was Gandalf the Grey. He would only become white later on in the series. Now, let's see here. I'm guessing the beard itself is going to be in the pack of tinies. Where's that one that tries to run? Oh, where'd that go? Let's see. One of them tried to run. We got a runner. There you are. Oh. No matter how carefully I open these Lego packets, there's always that one that tries to run, you know? But hello and welcome to the stream, Canaster. So, yes, Gandalf's beard was in fact indeed in the tiny case. And then we put his head on. I am getting through the day. You know how it be. Just gonna move that to the side. I am disorganized as always. It is a miracle I somehow managed to get through the stream. Click that on, and we want, so it has a little bit of a, here it is. There we go. Gandalf the Grey. Alright, second step is Frodo Baggins. That's a little easier. Hobbits are a little bit easier because they can just kind of click together real fast. And that's Frodo done. Looks a little different than the one in the Barad-dûr set. Let me see, I can answer that real quick. So, here's the one for the Shire set, and here's the one for the Barad-dûr set. The one with the Barad-dûr set does come with a ring, but this particular Lego set happens before Frodo gets the ring. So Frodo unfortunately does not hold the ring, though I do believe there is the envelope containing the ring that they toss in the fire. I think that is actually in the set. I think that's one of the scenes that they put in. So now we do a little something with the horse. And that just should snap in right there. Yes, it does. Excellent. All right. We're going to make a wagon now. So first step is we got to make the backbone, which is just a bunch of these little, I don't know. They're 2x1s with a little bit of a grippy on the end that allows for like bendable pieces. Yeah, this set comes with Gandalf's horse, or supposed to be Gandalf's horse. The back legs kind of move. I don't know if they used to move, but they do. And I'm sorry that my little avatar is freaking out. My hand keeps moving in front of the camera. So flip. Next up is this and that. Yeah, I'm assuming as Lego gets better at making little plastic squares, stuff is gonna be improving. Alright, so we need two little light browns. And these grays, I think. Yeah. These guys go down there. These guys go up here. And if if you guys watched the Better Door set, you guys remember these pieces quite well. And that goes right on the top. Work in a Lego shop? Maybe. I don't really know what they pay. There's not a Lego shop anywhere near where I live. So it's not exactly easy to obtain job. Okay, so that goes right there. Hey, Red, what's going on? Not a lot all that. Yeah, I mean, they're usually little boutique stores that only need like one or two people max, unless you go to like a big department Lego store, but that's only going to be in major cities. I think New York has one, and that's a whole wonderland of Lego stuff. There's also Legoland out in California, and that's definitely something that would need a lot of people. So we're just gonna continue. Yeah, work. He has a fun job, but I don't know if I could be patient enough to handle little kids messing up the Legos all day. Denmark, huh? Well, there's worse places in the world. Alright, so we're gonna need a couple more of these guys. I still don't know what this end piece is gonna do. It may just be for decorations. Want this. Yeah, cyanoacrylic. Yeah, I'm tongue tying myself. I hate saying that word. Cyanacrylic glue is usually thin enough that you can put it on the Legos without too many issues. All right, so we're done on this page. On to the next one. So now we need the chest. We're just gonna sit this right on like that, and then we're gonna add another one of use. And then next up, we put that down, and then we're gonna want one right here. Yeah, Legos are expensive. Do not purchase Legos on a whim. I was lucky enough to have somebody actually visit my throne and say, you know what? Here's a Lego set. So I was lucky in that regard. But yeah, they didn't fund it fully, but they funded it just enough that I was able to just bite the bullet and eat the rest of it. So that's that. Now, almost all of the Lord of the Rings collection is collector's editions, which means they're a little bit more involved, if that makes sense. There's a lot more little tiny pieces, and it's a lot more detailed than a basic set. You see it also in the Harry Potter collection too. There's two different Hogwarts castles, one's like $100 and something, and the other's like $400 or $500. But the one that's $400 or $500 has like 30 times the detail of the $100 one. So it's kind of a, well, do you want to save up a little bit longer for the deep one that has, yeah, oh yeah, there's so many sets and there's so many different collections. So it is definitely worth a gander on the website, just to kind of see if there's anything on the website that you may not find in the store. Because none of these Lord of the Rings sets are available in store. They are, well, one is. Um, so funny that I think coming soon is going to be the Black Pearl from Pirates of the Caribbean. So don't quote me on that. You may want to do a little bit of research, but if I remember right, the Black Pearl may be a set that's going to be coming soon. So if you want a pirate ship and you've got a couple $100, you may want to look into that. All right, so next up, let's see here. Oh, okay. You know you're getting old when you gotta look really close at the Lego picture book. All right, so that's how that's looking right now. I like how this is a set of bag ends, unexpected party, and the first whole section is putting together a horse cart. If that doesn't scream Tolkien, I don't know what does. So let's pop this guy up here. And we gotta do this twice. Oh, tiny pieces. Oh, we got a runner. Took my eyes off of them for 2 seconds and one of them tried running. It's on the floor somewhere. I'll have to grab him in a second, but he's not necessary for the next couple of steps. So we are just gonna keep going without him. Go. Now I do like how Lego numbers the bags now, because when I first started building Lego way back in the day, they didn't have it all labeled by number. It was just all kind of thrown together in random boxes and bags, and you had to hope that it was in the right bag. Oh, so glad they got away from that. Alright, so there's you and you. This goes on here. should go right there. Yeah, right there. And then we just pop the wheels on, make sure they do a little spinny spin. Come on, there we go. Excellent. Flip. Okay. So, interesting thing they're making me do now. I can pop that off, pop that off. And now he's kind of sitting. I can pop him on the cart. Because the Hobbit legs, the short legs don't bend. They're just kind of static in place. So having them do things like sitting is just a bit tricky. And then it's the same thing with Gandalf. We can pop off all his stuff if he will cooperate. There we go. He's a little bit tight. Can put his little hat on. Put the legs we just built on. And then we can gently put him on. Alright, now I need to go find that piece that ran away. Got it. Yep, it was blue. Alright, so now it looks like we're making fireworks. So we are going to take a couple of little firework. Drop it there. Blue firework. And we need the gold pieces now. There we go. Oh, let's see. is this? Alright, a couple of extra pieces, a couple of necessary pieces. Oh, that's not going to work. I'll need to figure out what to do with those. Alright. Okay, that's going to go over here in my bundle of wires. Next up is bag number 2. Hello, Lithia. Hello, you are just in time to say goodbye to Frodo and Gandalf on the cart. And we're opening up bag number 2. That off to the side. Got a couple of mini bags. I'm gonna deal with that later. So, first things first, we are going to find a brown square. Snap it into the corner. Minecraft reclamation. Is it any good? Or is it just kind of a okay mod? Bam. Awesome for your tastes, huh? You never give me a straight answer. All right. So we're gonna want a couple of the greenies. Bam. And bam. All right, now what do we... That's a weird looking piece. I hate to have to open one of these tiny bags. Unfortunately, the piece I'm looking for is in one of the tiny bags. It's a bit of a weird looking piece. Alright, so next... Now why not just make this one... Why not just make this one whole piece? Why do you gotta split it in two? don't understand why leg does it. Alright, so let's see. Gonna click that in. Gonna click this in. Alright, so next up, we gotta open up the other bag, because of course we do. Alright, all the tiny pieces are free. One of them's gonna plan to escape, always. Alchemy and witchcraft, huh? Sounds like an interesting one, but I just hope it doesn't fall into that trap of, now that you've reached this point, you don't have to worry about anything because everything is just a click away. Guess this is the piece. Just click that down. That goes right here. This goes right here, and then we gotta make another one of these little catches. I think I know what these are going to be used for. But for the time being, we're just gonna build it and hope for the best. All right, next page. And we're gonna want a 2x4 black and this 1x6. It sounds like the old Thaumcraft mod. Where you had to learn all your little spells and potions and... But that mod's been defunct for a while now. Go. Nice sturdy square to start our project. Yeah, no ores mean no torches. Assuming you can't just build a fire pit and throw branches into it. What would you use to light the fire? There's no iron. We need you. You're gonna go right here. We want you. You're gonna go here. Ooh. A little bit of science in your magic, or with all that artificial genetic selection of crops. You and you. You're gonna go there. You're gonna go here. Press that all down because that's not held on very tightly at the moment. That'll help just a little bit. Can bring this over just a little bit. And let's see here. Grab you and grab you. Put you right here and you right here. A V2 piece goes in here. Let's see. Yeah. That goes right there. This goes right here. You slot in there. And then we should have, yes, right here, a 1x4. And that goes down here. On the other side, got one right there. Yeah, that fits. All right, next up is these big old greens and this tan. So the greens go like that. The wrong way, they go like that. And then this guy slides in here, and we're gonna want this 1x2, and that'll hold it in place until we can get more stuff going down. Let's see here. This one and this one, and I hate having to do this because if I ever need to rip this apart, this is going to be a pain to get apart. Then another bit goes right here. All right. Next page is we have this guy going right here, encasing this little piece, and then we have three of these guys. I don't know why they just couldn't do a 1x9. Instead, they make me do 3 1x3s. It's the same result, so whatever. I'm sure it saved some money somewhere. This guy goes down fairly easy. It's the only part of its kind. We've got a little stud, flat stud there. 1x4 here. All right. We're getting there. So that is here. And then this one goes here. All right, we're gonna need a little corner piece and a couple of these guys. Bam, bam, and bam. All right, and then we just need a little tiny stud on the end. And then for after that, that. All right, starting to take shape. Now you see y'all are doing it again, Lego. Y'all are doing some irritatingly complex maneuvers. Three. Then another 6. And then bloop. Okay. Ooh, a lot of cornery pieces here. That and that. There's this. Come on. Snap in for me. There we go. That goes here. Alright, now we're getting into a little bit more tricky stuff. So, that goes here. I'm guessing these are like little stones. Little bits and pieces. And that goes there. And then we're going to want a dark one in this. And over here. And there. Not a big change, but I'm sure it'll be important later on. Alright, this one's a biggie. That. This. That. Push all that down. Make sure it's good and tight. There's nothing worse than moving a Lego set and finding out it wasn't pushed down all the way, and now half of your thing is on the floor. That goes there. That goes here. That goes here. Alrighty. Alright, so got that all set up. Next we're going to do one of these. And what's that piece? I think it's this. So that goes there. This goes here. And then we're going to take one of these little flats and put it there. And this goes here. This bit will go here. Finally there. Alright, and then we're finishing it off with this and that. this is set up. So that goes like that. And then is it the long one or the short one? It is the long one that goes up here. The shorter one goes here. And that's that. Alright. Flippy flip. So that goes here. That goes here, and that goes here. All these tiny little green bits. Just that, and this, and here. Come on. Alright. Well, that was annoying. Alright, what's next? Alright, so these guys are extras. So we are gonna toss them in the extras bag. Yes, Lego does actually, purposefully, I should say, add extras of certain tiny pieces just to make sure they're there. So that goes there, that goes over there, tiny little pieces. Alright, first things first. These guys, yeah. Alright, so, gonna need four. Why four? Why not just make it one long piece? I will never understand that. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna have to pop open, yep, have to pop open a tiny bag. Step one, and we're already popping open tiny bags. And then you're going right here. Because you're going right here. Alright. What's the next step? We're gonna want the big guy, the angled guy, a long boy. So that one goes there. I think this one goes here, and this one should, yes. I'll go right in there. And now we gotta pop the other bag open. All the tiny pieces are now in play. So we'll have to keep an eye out for any rollers. Let's see. So yeah. So now we're gonna want this guy. This guy. Go. This one. That'll be this one. Long greeny. And that one. So this is just a big old piece. See, Lego's not averse to using big pieces, they just choose not to. And I don't know if that's better or worse. Pop that in there. Pop you here, pop you right here. And that should be everything. All right. Next step is to put this right here. And I see, why did they have me put the 1/2 on over on step 1? And then this one comes in like 10 steps later. Why? Killing me, Smalls. You killing me. Here. All right. So we're gonna need this piece. That's gonna go over here. Assuming. Yes. Six. Now I don't have a problem with this one because it looks like they're trying to get a tile floor sort of look. And that's fine if a little tedious. And then we're gonna want there's a certain piece they want me to put in. Let's see if I can find it. Ah, found it. Ooh, all right. I need a lot of these little tiny guys. That is a little too. There we go. Boom. All right. We just gotta keep going on, going on. Couple of more flat squares. And we're slowly taking shape with this floor. Boom, and come on. Where are you? There should be one more square. Ha! There we go. All right, and all right. Two pieces of a carpet. All right, this one's going to be a little bit fiddly, but I should be able to put it together. There. All right, now we're making sort of a arch type shape. that. That. Flip. Ready, this guy, this guy, this one, and this one. All right. Goes there. This goes here, and these guys don't want to fit properly because they're circles. Legos are not naturally circles. Bam, and bam. All right. A little bit more built up, a little bit more closer to our goal. All right. Supposed to be a gap. Oh, I see now. Actually supposed to clip to this piece we put together earlier. Flip. And that means that this goes here and this goes here. And we put these two together and put that down in there. Voila. this is a bunch of tiny little pieces. There's that. Tiny. Where are you? There's one. And there's two. Bam. Ooh, slapping me with the bunch of the tiny little things. Gonna have to just do the best I can, really. Boom. Got a little stud here. That and this. That leads into that. Up against that is this. That next to it. You go here. Go here. And then another circle goes here. Yeah, it's starting to take shape. It's gonna be a little bit before it looks really good, but for now, where do you go? There you are. Let's see who's blipping me. Nothing I need to answer right away. I think that's everything for that. So on to the next step. Which is putting together something. A little dot there. Alright, then here. I don't want that. And what is that? I guess that's this. Yeah. Put that on there. Not sure what this is making, but it requires a cup and a clock. dot. Come on now. You can fit. There we go. Then you go here. Alright, so next we need if I can grab it, because I have no fingernails. This guy and this guy. Then that goes there. And this fits right here, I'm guessing. Yes. That and this. And then we do the same thing all over again. And there, I guess, is kind of like a little window with the cup and the clock on the other side. Alright, and then we simply add the finishing bits. Hopefully they all fit together smoothly, or smoothly enough. Yep. So where is this going? This is going right here. Alright, next one. I'm assuming this is going to be the other window on the other side of the house, or hobbit hole, or whatever you want to call it. That and then that is going to bam. Now this might be the one that holds the door together. That would make sense considering the handles that they're putting on it. Alright. Same thing as last time, we're going to put the window together. That one doesn't want to stay on. I will force it to stay on, even if I have to glue it down. Dang it. Next up, all right. So that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. There we go. That's locked everything into place, at least for now. And same as last time. We put the window frame together. There we go. All right. Let me just make sure that everything is put together properly. Yes, good. Collect all the extra bits. And you wanted to watch this and now you're streaming yourself? Oh well. Oh well. I think we shall do this final, and then we'll end it off for tonight, because after all, we've got all weekend to build this thing. Alright, so let's get started. Step 1. Undo the tiny bag of holding. Because screw you, that's why. Alright. So, I'm going to want a couple of 1 bits. And then a 2-bit. Kind of a tall tower to be so flimsy. That goes right there. There and here. Goes like that. And then that goes like that. Click that on. this on. That. Alright, now we need cat corners. Bam. And then we're going to need a flat piece for this. There we go. Alright, so the tall guys here and here, and in there. There, I was wondering why it wasn't lining up. Okay. Now we can flip. Now that should all line up, and it does. Nice. So now we're gonna want this one and this one. And then we're gonna pop those two together, and they are going to go here. And then this is gonna go here. Yes. Then one more 90-degree to kind of just lock it all into place. Okay. That one. That one. That one. And then we're going to want come on, where is it? There's one. Then where is the other? Aha, here it is. It was hiding from me. but nothing can stay hidden from my eyes for too long. Okay. Just that. This. This. And that. And that just kind of goes back here. Alright. Now we're getting into some serious building stuff. So this looks like a bit of a wall. Oh, let's see. And another one there. One right here. And it's slowly starting to grow. So next up we'll need one of these. One of these. One of these. These. And finally, on the end, one of these. Okay. Next up, a couple more of these little grippy pieces. And then just a flat to lock everything together. Same thing on the other side. And one more time. And then we're doing something different. Putting a 2 and a 3 and then a slope. So it's kind of looking like that. We're putting that down just for a second. I don't know what that is. Because I don't know what it is, I'm gonna put it down. Why is there a whip? Oh, like literally there's a whip. It's a couple of whips. Why is there a couple of whips? What sort of Lord of the Rings did I buy? Okay. And we're gonna flip it a little more. And that goes right here. Not where I expected it, but it gives it the look of a little fireplace. Okay, I want number 8, sticker number 8. The first sticker we're going to be using of many. And now we're making just a couple logs. Boom. Boom. Alright, so now we've got some logs to go next to our little fire. Probably not the safest. It is what it is. Here, 3. Alright, so now we want tan. Tan is going to go on the outside. Alright. Is this the one I want? Yes, it is. We're going to want a couple of these 90-degree turns to turn this into a 2x4. And that's going to kind of bring the circle together. Just really carefully complete the circle. Put a little bit of fluff all right, and we are that together. together. And this one's a little more simple. That one goes like that. I think they're going to put a little bit more right here because there's still space. We will just have to see what happens. Alrighty. So next up, a couple of these, a couple of those. Go. There. Got a runner. Didn't get very far though. Square ones tend not to get too far. There we go. All right. Next page. Go. There we go. Boom, boom, and then goes there. This one's here. Don't like this. Here we go. All right. That, and this is what the whips are for. we go. Boom. 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 And one more. Bam. I try to make sure that the ads are minimized. So you are probably going to be getting 15-second ads. But over the course of the stream, you may get a few more. Go. That. I don't know what this is going to be. This might be the door. Yes. Go. Make sure that's seated. Yes. Okay. And there we go. But that is going to be it for tonight. So give me 2 seconds and I will shoo you guys off to another streamer who is also doing Lord of the Rings stuff. So give me 2 seconds. This guy back to the... So with the horse cart, it looks like that. Alright, so thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in the next stream. Stay safe, take care, and bye-bye.